Alright, how's it going, everybody? I am the Zaben, the Zaben, here on Broadcast Zaben. Just got finished doing the quick announcement video, so if I sound kind of like dead, my apologies. You know, I had to let out so much, so anywho, with that said, thank you for coming into my item shop review thing, I guess. But basically, if you guys are new to this, I like to go through the item shop, give my thoughts and opinion on everything that is in here, so do please give me a grain of salt. I understand everybody's thoughts and opinions are very different, so if your thoughts and opinions are different from mine, or maybe you just simply want to say what yours is, by all means, you can do that by going into the comment section down below, or by taking a step further and joining our Discord. Link is down below, and you can message us there, and we have a whole community starting to build up where you guys can go ahead and message us and me a bit more directly about what do you think about Fortnite and its skins and whatnot, or at least in the item shop. Anywho, we have about 6 hours remaining, so let's go ahead and start it off. We like to separate the featured from the daily, so we are going to start off with Bochy, or Bochy? I really don't know how to say it. Now, this one, honestly, I think isn't that much of a great skin on its own. I mean, even with the alternate style, which was added very recently, I never really liked this skin to that extent, but it is kind of decent. I think what throws it off for me is the hair. But other than that, like, the body and everything isn't horrible. I think it's just really the hair that throws it off. But like I said, it does have an alternate style called Spy, where it's all black and red, and even the face mask part is more of like a hologram, I guess. It's different, and I think it looks pretty cool, honestly. From far, it does make me think like, oh, her hair is more of like a helmet to an extent, but it's not that bad. Honestly, I think it's an okay skin. Like, I wouldn't mind having it if I had it. Like, I'd be like, okay, fine, but I think it's okay overall. Next, we got Ruby. Now, this one is 1,200, which is pretty crazy, I guess. But it's not bad. I mean, 1,200, we've had, how many skins? Like, we have so many skins that are 1,200. So, my ear is irritating again. Get it? Ear irritating. I make that joke too much. Is my stream working? I feel like my stream just decided to die out on me, or at least on the tablet. When I'm looking at the tablet, it's just like having a hard time processing everything. But whatever, we'll continue. But anywho, it's not a bad skin. I mean, I don't know why it's called. Well, they made her. She's red. Okay, let me say that. She's red. So her whole shtick and whatnot is she's red. Her name's Ruby. Her back bling's called Red Alert. I think it would have been interesting to see if they didn't call it Ruby, or rather, ooh, actually, this could be a whole new skin, actually. If they were to call, like, if they were to make another one of this, it doesn't have to be this, like, character. It could be definitely, like, a different character, default, or anything. But if they called it, like, Sapphire, or some other type of gem, and then they just kind of did something similar, but different colors and, like, different person, I think it could work. And then you could do some for the guys if they wanted, like, I don't know. But honestly, it's not bad. I mean, if you're someone who's like spooky, who really likes just like a regular basic person, instead of like some sci-fi character or something, by all means, this would be perfect for you. The Stripe Slicer. Now, this is a weird pickaxe. I mean, it's not like the worst pickaxe ever, but it's a weird and interesting looking one. Honestly, I'm not sure what else could be said about this pickaxe other than it's kind of interesting. Next, we got Sky Stripe. This one isn't bad. Like, if we're gonna be honest, this isn't a bad glider. I mean, it's a little bit different from the usual gliders that we have. This is more like a paraglide. Is that what it's called when you go paragliding? Where you would put your body like right here. That's what that looks like to me. So it isn't too bad. I mean, if anything, this skin in its set has fair pricing. I mean, this is 1,200. If it didn't have this back bling, you know, it would have been like an 800 V-Bucks skin. But still, regardless, I mean, all the other stuff isn't like insanely expensive. Next, we have Peekaboo. Now this, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish I would have still had this. I had returned it just because I bought it. I wanted it just because of this look, but then I was like, no, I really don't want it. So I returned it, and then like this season they came out with Sneaky Peek, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I like the black and red, like the black, white, and red just fits perfect. And then I'm just looking at like the original, and it's like completely different with the style and whatnot. Like, it's just, they just touched it up, they did a whole new look, and I was like, man, I just had to return this that one day. I probably ended up using that money for something else, to be honest. I probably would have had more things if I didn't buy this, but you know, I like it. The clown itself is just like a little spooky thing, I guess, but when you do the black and white one, my gosh, does it pop out and look good. Night Night, that's a weird name, but Night Night here also is the same thing. He has creepier, and then Night Fright. So I don't know what's going on with his hair, but his face reminds me like a mix of like Joker, right? Because of the sides. And then you have like a cut there and a down. Like, it's just a mix of things. But still, regardless, even if you had the guy version, I think they still look pretty good as they are. And then, of course, you got the balloon llama, which the back bling isn't too bad. I mean, I feel like it maybe doesn't fit in completely, but it's there. Pipsqueak. I don't think this really, I mean, maybe it is intended for this skin, but I like it just because it's a toy. I don't know why I feel like I might have had a toy like this before, not 100% sure, but I feel like I've seen this toy before in real life, so it's not bad, but 1,500 is too much. That's literally the same price as one of these skins, so you're probably better off getting the skin instead of getting the pickaxe. Next, we have the daily. We actually have 3 skins and 3 emotes, which I think is the first time that's ever happened. And I have to sneeze. Awesome. So, we're going to start off with Facet. Multifaceted combat specialist. And then rock solid. Honestly, I think this is a cool looking skin. I know, and I usually bring this up every time I see it, is PB Joey liked this skin, but he hates the shape of the hoodie. Because when you look at it like this, or heck, I guess even like this in general, but he doesn't like the hoodie. Like, he just wants the hoodie to be off. And I feel like Epic Games could totally do that. Like, give this skin an alternate style where the hoodie is off or just completely gone, and then just show her hair. Like, it doesn't have to be much, it's just a minor change. And it is a skin that's 1,200. It's not a 1,500, which typically when they get alternate style or color has this sort of big change to it, right? Like we saw with the clowns, they became from like regular clowns to having that minor change of like the little dome head thing, and then eventually they had a third one which was just all black, white, and red. So I think they could do the same with this one. Just do a minor change, have the hoodie off, either it be down or just completely gone, and this would probably maybe put some people, get more sales. I definitely like the skin as it is, and I would definitely purchase it because I think it looks pretty darn awesome. And I'm realizing the details on her arm. Interesting. Next, I'm going to go with Gage here. Now, Gage came out during Season 9. I wish I could get his arms down, but he's being a little bit of a jerk today. Gage is okay, I guess. I mean, I guess this is supposed to be another, like, mercenary look. Perhaps futuristic mercenary? I don't really know. But he's got, like, headphones on. He's got a hat. He's got stuff. Like, if I had to make a guess, this would potentially just be a like mercenary look. It kind of looks like a alternate style, like if this was a male version of Gamerbay's character, which I always forget the name, so we're gonna go back really quick. No, not Battle Pass, Locker. I always forget the name of the skin here. I call it defaults, by the way. It is called, what is this called? Recon Ranger. There we go. That's what it reminds me of. Gage looks like he's a male version of Recon Ranger because you can see the camouflage, but he has pink added to it, as well as pink being added to his hat and his arm. But it doesn't have like pink on him, like the jacket or whatever. But yeah, this just looks like a male version of the Recon. Next, we got Scorpion. Now, this was actually a skin I was thinking about getting once before when I had the V-Bucks. I mean, I definitely got it now, but I'm waiting for the season to end before I make another purchase, unless there's something really good. But Scorpion isn't that bad. There's the male version of this one, which I prefer the female, if we're gonna be honest. But she looks pretty cool. It, you know, it literally just is a, like, person who's in the desert. Like, you got the camouflage, you got the color of sand and everything, you got the goggles to protect your eyes, the little bandana or whatever to cover your face, and that's it. Like, that's all you really need. So she definitely just embodies like somebody who's out in the desert doing something, you know. But it looks pretty cool. I like that. There's really no desert areas in this season. I mean, you know, chapter 1 definitely had like a section which was like desert-like and stuff. This one really doesn't. I mean, at most the beach, but even then, we don't really have a desert, so I'll have to see. But I definitely do like that skin. And lastly, there is 1, 2, 3 different emotes, and I'm gonna do it in reverse this time. I'm gonna go green, blue, purple, just because I actually own Battle Call. So we're gonna start off with that one. And that's it. That is literally Battle Call. You pull out a horn, blow into it, and then you just kind of put your arm up like, yeah, it's a battle, you know? This emote is kind of fun to do from time to time. I don't know if it's like, I mean, I guess maybe you could use it as a troll emote. Typically, I don't see people doing that. I more see, like, me and my buddies, right? Like Spooky or PB Joey. Normally, we would play this emote when we're just like going into battle. Like, that's kind of what we do. Like if we're in a helicopter and we're like, oh, we see people right there, and then just before we go and fight, we just go and, you know, blow it. But I think this is intended maybe to be something like that, or something where if you eliminate an opponent and you're using it as a troll emote. But I think it's more the first one of just using it with your friends and whatnot instead of trolling people. Next, we have Full Tilt. Now, this one's kind of obvious. Now, the reason why this emote got added into the game was because Epic Games was kind of a part of the whole Area 51 raid thing, where basically everybody was like, oh, we're gonna go raid Area 51. They didn't. Instead, they ended up just going outside of Area 51. It was a bunch of people just outside of Area 51. And the memes were like, oh, we're gonna have the Naruto runners out here running and doing stuff like that. And there's even a guy on the news where he just runs across the screen doing this Naruto run. So you know that Epic Games was definitely a part of this meme. And once the day came, once people were actually at Area 51, and of course you can't go in because they therefore have the right to, you know, arrest you, shoot you, do whatever. They released this emote along with an alien skin, so that's really the only reason why. I mean, maybe at some point this would have been added regardless, but that just seems to be the only reason why they added it into the game, if we're gonna be honest. And then, of course, the last emote here, we got Daydream. Is it weird that I actually kind of like Daydream? It's a lot of V-Bucks though, but I actually do kind of like this emote. The music like isn't too bad, and I'm always playing as a female character, so I feel like this makes sense to have like a female character do. I mean, of course, you could have a guy do it too, but I always feel like it makes sense to be a female. Oh, that would be perfect to do. When you win the Victory Royale, do this emote. Oh yeah, that's the way to win. Alright, so that was everything. Reviewed everything that is in the item shop. So, this is where I give my final thoughts. For the best skins in the featured, I'm gonna give it to the Peekaboo and Night Night, the little clown people. Just because, on their own, the clowns are kind of just clowns, right? That's kind of, a lot of people are creeped out by clowns. But then, not only does it have two styles, it has the third style, which is completely different, black and white with red on it. It looks amazing, and I really like that third style a lot more than the other two, surprisingly. So that, in my book, makes it a lot better. 3 styles, 1,500. I think it fits perfectly. Now, this one's a little bit more of a challenge. So I'm gonna go based on looks. I would say if you're trying to be a little bit more cool or maybe spy-like or something, Bochy would be the one to go with. But if you're just trying to be a simple, just like person, you know, Ruby would definitely be the way to go. You wouldn't want to use Ruby and be like, yeah, I'm just badass person. Like, no, not really. You'd want to use this one instead. So these two are kind of tied in my opinion, just because I really don't know how to rank them. They are worth the same price after all. And Barbecue Chicken, how you doing, bud? Alright, for the daily. Now this one is interesting. So I think, in my personal opinion, between these three, I think Facet might be number 1 for like the best out of these. Scorpion for number 2, and then Gage number 3. Just because I have the female version of this one. Like, if we're gonna be honest, the Recon one that I have, it literally is just a female version of this. But I think Facet has more of the cooler look. She seems more interesting. Scorpion is just more, you know, let's say just some soldier person who's out in the desert. That's really that. And again, Facet looks cool, seems very interesting, futuristic like. So it just makes a lot of sense. And then you have Gage being like the modern mercenary. So there's not really anything wrong with him. It's just, you know, modern mercenary, you know. 91 subs. Yeah, we're almost there. We just need 9 more subs. We're almost at 100. And again, remember, if you guys get us to 100, we will be doing a Q&A, and I'll be accepting all questions via Discord. So definitely join. Link is down below. And then lastly is these 3 emotes. It's not that hard for me, in my opinion, to rate these, but it would be pretty hard to rate these two, because Daydream is number 1, okay? I like Daydream way more than Full Tilt and Battle Call, but if I had to use these two, I think realistically I'd be using Full Tilt way more than Battle Call, so therefore I'm going to give Full Tilt the number 2 placement for like the best emote, or recommended, I guess, and then Battle Call being last. But of course, if you like Battle Call and you want to have just some random emote for 200 V-Bucks, by all means, Battle Call would definitely be the way to go. So there you go. There you have it. That's my thoughts and opinion. Again, join the Discord, or comment down below if you guys have maybe any different thoughts and opinions or whatever. But yeah, that is the item shop today. But yep, 91 subs. We just need 9 more subs. So 9 more subs. It'd be so cool to do a little Q&A for you guys, which again, Discord join. But yeah, that is all for today. That's all we're gonna do. So please hit that like and subscribe. Do the same for our other channel, the Zabin Project. We have like only 30 subs over there, but almost 100 here. How does that work? So do me a favor, do the same for our other channel, the Zabin Project. And if you are going down below, you'll see that there's 2 links in the description of this video. One is for our Discord, and yet the other one is for our Cash App. So if you want to leave any donation, we are only accepting right now through Cash App. You can donate how much you want, whenever you want, and you know, that's pretty much it. That's like the best part you can do with Cash App. You donate how much you want, whenever you want. No monthly fee, no nothing. Barbecue Chicken, you have yourself a good one, man. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So again, if you watched, again, thank you for watching. See you guys next time, but please, as always, stay kind and stay healthy.